Good morning. Welcome to another beautiful day. It is, of course, Wednesday, the 24th day of July, 2024. And we are so excited because we need to be here to bring you to speed with happenings around the world. Even though it is a rainy day, we are still here. In case you're going out today and you are in FCT, Nasarawa State, and neighboring states, go out with an umbrella, okay? So that you don't get drenched. All right, my name is Ramsey, and of course, this is the time you've been waiting for, time for newspaper review. And with me in the studio this morning is Bright and Michael. Good morning, Bright. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, Ramsey. Good morning, Bright.
It's good to have you guys. Despite the downpour, you are here. That's what we call commitment and passion. All right, let's take you to speed with, let's bring you to speed with the headlines for today, beginning from the Daily Trust newspaper, where it says reps demands NMDPRA CEO suspension over Dangote refinery comment. Details read on page 10. Senator Barau hails Tinubu for signing Northwest Development Commission bill into law. What we used to have is Niger Delta Commission. Recently, that of the North Central came up, and now we are hearing for that of Northwest. It's all about development. I think this administration is trying to be all-encompassing. Let's see how this will go. The big story says chef protest. Tinubu begs Nigerians to ride us to that story. Violent protests, ill-advised. IGP is the one saying that the Inspector General of Police. The second rider says that citizens have constitutional rights to complain. That is the former presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party saying that, talking about Atiku. Atiku has been very vocal, and the president is actually begging that the protests don't go on. Again, CBN raises interest rate by 50 basis points to 26.75%. A man sentenced to life imprisonment for raping 8-year-old girl. That's very bad.
My goodness.
That's very bad. 8-year-old being raped. I don't know why that should be happening. Gabon president invites Dangote to invest in cement, fertilizer production. It's the same Dangote that is investing in petroleum, building a refinery in Nigeria that is facing so many persecution. Permit me to use that word because first it was IOCs, then later it was the CEO of NMDPRA, and we are hearing this morning that reps demand a suspension of the CEO over the comment he has made concerning Dangote refinery, even though Dangote was at the point in time frustrated, saying he wouldn't mind giving up, on the refinery, selling it over to NPCL if they will really be able to maintain it, because we have so many refineries in this country that are lying dead. All right, let's get to Bright. Bright, do we have any juicy and punchy, interesting, fascinating paper with you?
Thank you, Ramsey. The paper I have here with me today is the Punch newspaper.
Okay.
The first story I have here is National Assembly okays 70,000 wage. Labour to meet governors. The other story I have here is Senate approves IGP tenure extension. The other story I have here is federal government votes 2 trillion for Lagos, Calabar, and others. The big story I have here on the Punch newspaper today is nationwide protest. SGF ministers hold emergency meeting today. We have two others to that story which says Tinubu urges youth to shelve August 1st rally. Atiku and Labour Party cautions against protesters' arrests. Now, the other story we have here is Egbetokun, that's the IGP of police, warns anti-government protesters, says Nigeria hasn't recovered from NSAS. That's coming from the IGP, because we are looking at the pro effects of those protests. We remember vividly well what happened during the NSAS protest. It was sabotaged by some hoodlums that began to carry out some unfortunate acts. You understand? So the IGP is beginning to warn about those things, that if there's going to be any protest, let it be very peaceful. Let's not allow the protest to be sabotaged and hijacked by those unscrupulous elements that want to cause mayhem in the society. We also have some stories here. Mohbad family conducts fresh autopsy. The Mohbad case is still lingering. They are yet to have a headway over that incident. So I think that's the last story I'm going to take here on the Punch newspaper today. Over to you, Michael.
Thank you, Bright. We'll move straight to the Daily Sun. Today, above the head, Ohaneze accuses Onanuga of Floyd to incite Nigerians against Igbo. Details on page 6. Away from that, Kyari tells Dangote to name NNPCA officials who own petroleum blending plants in Malta. Details read page 21. And then also allegation over protest. Obi angry, demands retraction, apology from Onanuga. Details read page 26. And then our Senate raises 2024 budget to 35.055 trillion naira, amends finance bill. Details read page 6. Now the big story that we have on the Daily Sun today. Tinubu moves to avert protest, begs youth. We have 3 riders to that story. Appeals for more time to address concerns. Says it's ill-advised, should be discarded, coming from the IGP. Those who led protests in 2012 trying now to abort it. That is coming from Atiku Abubakar. Details read page 6. And then the last story I'll take on the Daily Sun is WTO, more endorsement for Okonjo-Iweala for second term. That's on a very positive note. Details reach page 25. Do well to pick a copy of the Daily Sun newspaper and enjoy an interesting story. Back to you, Ramsey.
I think I'm beginning to enjoy so much from Okonjo-Iweala. I almost wanted calling her Her Excellency, because she's even done so much than the acclaimed excellencies that we have in this country. I almost
keep that story, but I was looking for it because she deserves the flower she's getting.
She deserves it.
The accolade
she deserves it.
Now.
You know, I was just imagining how she has climbed up the ladder to where she is today, you know, and she's one woman that has proven that what men can do, women can actually do it better.
Yes, and she has also proven that it doesn't matter where you come from, your location, your
location,
anywhere you are from the world. So long as you are doing the right thing and you are focused and diligent in whatever you do, you get there.
When you just gave me some rhymes, you just made me feel your location cannot stop you from getting your allocation if you know what you really have on your inside. So I think Okonjo-Iweala has done so much. All right, congratulations to her, and we wish her all the best. And we are trying to say more still coming from the Nation's newspaper this morning, and that's going to be the last. NPA rakes in 541 billion naira revenue, remits 225 billion naira in first half of 2024, says outgoing MD. And this one says Tinubu to protest planners. Shelve idea. Await our response. We're doing something. Hey, guys, just calm down. We are doing something. Have you gotten the rice? You got a bag?
Yeah, I'm not getting it.
What about you?
Rice and grains that was reportedly distributed. I don't know what distributed.
Has it been distributed? I was coming to the office this morning and I was thinking about it. Has this rice been distributed? Don't you think? See, let me tell you something about Nigerians.
Are they coming to those in FCT to distribute it? They're going to localities.
Yeah. If you want it, go to your state.
Even those in the states have.
But we're in FCT. FCT should get as well, because they told us during the election that FCT is not different from the states when they were counting votes. So I think we should get the same thing. And I'm even thinking, if these things are being evenly distributed, there's a way it's going to calm Nigerians down. You know, Nigerians, when they have something in their mouth, going down their esophagus, to their stomach, there's a way they feel calm. At that very particular point in time, if you're talking to Nigerians when they are not hungry, they assimilate and behave better. But when they are hungry, my brother,
it's even because of the hunger that is brewing up this planned protest.
Yeah, I think we'll talk about that protest. All right, just 3 riders to this story, and I will be done with the Nation's newspaper. The big story, I already told you that Tinubu is talking to protest planners that they should shelve idea and awaits their response. Then some riders to that story. No room for violent protest, says IG. Then the second one says Cross River yet to recover from end SARS. All right, Cross River. Why just Cross River? Is it not all Nigeria? Every Nigeria was involved. Yeah. Then the last rider says, Wike plan is politically motivated. Wike's plan is politically motivated. Why? You can just pick a copy of the Nation's newspaper and go through it. If you want to know why they are saying Wike's plan is politically motivated, and why do they think River State was most hit by the NSAS? All right, let's go on a quick break. We'll return from this break and we will rub mind. We will talk. Please be part of this conversation, okay? How would you do that? Go to the comment section, drop your comments, and right now on this show, we will be taking those comments, right? This is it. The protest. The president is literally begging that the protest shouldn't go on, because I tell you the truth, if that protest happened on the 1st of August, it's going to be something else. More coming on your way after the break.
Follow us on our social media handles at Oweleke TV. Visit our website at www.oweleketv for a thrilling journey. Oweleketv, rising star at the fairground.
Welcome back from that break. It's been a very wonderful time. This morning we kept energy, so much energy because of what is happening. I tell people all the time, sometimes and most times, as the case may be, don't allow the happenings around to truncate your ideas, because so many frustrating things all around. Turn on your television, what you'll be hearing from the United States, United Kingdom, from Iran, from everywhere, Russia, everywhere, African countries, are things that are not even pleasant to the ears. But then, if you know what's good for you, you just focus on the positive alone. Let's come back home right now. The protest about to happen. And the youths are saying no going back. And they are getting a lot of support. Everyone is in a way trying to support this protest, because almost every Nigerian is hard hit with this hunger, with the situation on ground. Peter Obi is making statements. Atiku is making statements. Every other person is making statements. But then, is this protest really worth it? Bright, is it really worth it? Looking at what we have on ground, is it really worth it?
Yeah, I think the citizens have their rights to protest against what they see as
bad governance.
Bad governance. Or,
that's its hashtag.
Yes,
bad governance.
It is constitutional to protest against what you don't agree with from the government. It's very it's in they are not going outside their legal
constitutional rights.
Legal and constitutional rights. You understand? That's peaceful protest is under their constitutional rights. So they are not going out of their way to do that protest. It's their right, and they must exercise it. You understand?
But do you think this government deserves this protest?
The government is just trying to beg now that it shouldn't escalate into something that we saw in the year 2020. That is the fear of the government, because the fear of the government and security agencies so far is like some people are planning to hijack the protest and turn it into something else. You understand? If it can be conducted in a way to be peaceful, and we can be guaranteed that, it's going to be a peaceful process, then everybody can come out and protest. You understand? But the fear of Nigeria is that our security structure, we saw what happened in the year 2020 when these people came out. How police stations were burned down, how innocent lives were lost, how people were beginning to be robbed, people that were raped. You remember the things I can go on
people were raped, sir?
During NSAS protests in the year 2020. A lot of things happened. Yeah. So the country was in a state of lawlessness. So that is the fear of most Nigerians right now. We don't want to go back to that. Because
right? That NSAS protest, if you want to go back to it, the real NSAS protest that happened at the toll gate, I think, we're not disputing the fact that some unscrupulous elements in the various states, because what really happened is that the NSAS protest was taken out of the original venue, original destination, which was the toll gate, okay, at Lekki, and into other states, and people in other states were doing other things. I think one of the things that was so significant about that protest is that the cry of the people, youth, actually came out, and there were gunshots, all right, and people got angry, and it resulted to some of the things that happened afterwards. So what can you say to the authorities now? Because one thing leading to the other can also lead to escalation, and maybe giving these people the opportunity to hijack, okay, the protest, because they will always come on a premise. All right. Okay. Oh, we are doing peaceful protests, and these people are coming to attack us, shooting us. Hey, they shoot us. So then, if you could remember, and people in the various states were like angry and started taking laws into their hands. So what would you have to say to the authorities to make sure this protest is peaceful? Like the IGP was making a statement this morning.
Okay.
He has a role to play, yeah?
Yes, yes,
okay, for this protest to be peaceful.
Yes.
All right. So what would you have to say to the IGP, to everyone in authority, the security agents?
All right. I think what we should be doing now as a country, before I address the IGP, I think I have to address the protesters first, because now, what we should be doing now, since they are planning to come out by August 1st, I think they should be enlightening the protesters that are going out that, oh, this is what and what to do when we are going out for a peaceful protest. This is the way and manner you're supposed to behave. There is a way and manner you behave that the security agencies won't take it again as a peaceful protest, and they will have to react. So I think the protesters should be enlightened this period of, this is how you go about a peaceful protest. This is the kind of way you behave on a planned peaceful protest. Because the security agencies will fold their hand to watch law and orderliness, to watch people throw away law and orderliness. They won't fold their hands to watch people destroy infrastructures. You understand? So the security agencies, we have to react at a point when these people are being to go out of the way to cause mayhem in society. So I think the protesters, first of all, need to be schooled on how to go about a peaceful protest. Then on the other hand, the security operatives as well, we also need to be schooled this period, because we have a short time now before the August 1st, if it's still going to hold. So we have a very short time. So the security agencies
I like that. If it's still going to hold.
So the security agencies too need to be schooled as well to tell these people, oh, at this point, you know that, okay, this is still a peaceful protest. This is when to draw the line, and this is, you understand, they need to be, everybody needs to know what they are doing right now. Because I think the problem we have in Nigeria is actually like a lot of people are actually not
misinformation,
enlightened,
misplacement of priority.
Exactly. So all of that. We all know our security structure. We know that how our security operatives are not too enlightened. The way they tend to address issues sometimes might be very, very rough. So I think they should be enlightened this period of how to undo protesters, because you cannot meet protesters that are peaceful and start addressing them as if they are being it might escalate. It might provoke them to escalate the whole process into something else.
All right, thank you. Let's get back to Michael. The president is begging. In one of the papers, they said Tinubu pleads with the youths, all right, that they should not embark on this protest because, youths are the life wire of every nation, okay? And you know what the youths can do. So what would you have to say about this planned protest? Can we say the government is coming in too late?
I feel personally it's the right time to address them, because it's proposed to hold in a week time. And then the president is taking all precautionary measures to see that the youths jettison that particular idea, because like the IGP said, Kayode Egbetoko, he said, we've heard from credible sources that they are trying to replicate what is happening in Kenya, in Nigeria. Remember, there's destruction of lives and properties. And the Nigerian police has also said, we will not try to prevent Nigeria. We will call them the fundamental human right as enshrined in the Constitution to peaceful protest. You can protest peacefully, but we will also behave in the most professional manner to make sure lives and properties are not destroyed. Remember, the Minister of Information and Orientation, Idris Mohammed, also said the president is doing everything in his powers to meet the grievances of the younger Nigerians. He mentioned the youth in specifically. So if the government is telling us that, hey, the passage of the bill of the minimum wage bill that was swiftly passed was to your own advantage. The distribution of grains and rice to state governors was to your own benefit, to alleviate insecurity and hunger in the nation. Also, he mentioned the student loan that were given to tertiary institutions, and also the after NYC post NYC schemes given to students who are unemployed, as steps taken by the presidency to alleviate unemployment and hunger in the nation. And he's telling Nigerians, if the president has taken these steps in 1 year, don't you think he has broader visions, that it's all inclusive? That's the question he's asking youths, telling them to, hey, it is high time you guys just sit back and watch Bola Ahmed Tinubu unfold his plans and visions. Remember, of course, we know unscrupulous elements will always take advantage of this peaceful protest. And remember, lives and properties will be destroyed. Also, movement might be hampered in the streets of Abuja, not just other states. So I believe it's the right thing. The federal government has also done like these things I mentioned right now. Palliative measures. If this rice and grains are distributed to all states, I believe if hunger is reduced, just like you said rightly, remember when there's food in the belly, the body will be relaxed a bit. But then a hungry man is an angry man. If the youth go out in the street,
and at that
hungry,
point, anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
So the president, I think, begging the youth is in order.
Absolutely. But then the IGP has also warned that, we are ready for you guys, but then we'll also behave in the most professional manner. Anyone that takes law into his hands will be dealt with ruthlessly. IGP is actually...
If you take the law into your hands, it will be taken out of your hands, all right, by the police and the authorities concerned. All right, thank you very much for being part of the big story on Outnumbered today. If you're planning to go for the protest, make sure it is peaceful. Then, I think the youths and everyone that will be involved in this protest should be educated, all right? Talk to yourselves. I have seen in times past when protesters even combat with people who want to take laws into their hands to violate what the protest is all about. You see protesters even fighting them, trying to stop them, but these people are always out. And sometimes we hear that some people are actually hired, all right, to cause problems during protests, to cause by people who are not satisfied. Well, some persons will say, okay, maybe so these people were actually hired, because we've seen where during the NSAS, some people also came out to say SARS must continue. They had their own flags too.
There were trucks of unscrupulous elements from the north,
yes,
who just came to burn cars in Apo specifically. They just came and
they just wanted people to feel it is the protesters that are doing it.
And when they were asked,
people like that, it was said that they were even paid to do it.
They paid them 1,000. Some said they said daily bear for 500.
And they were caught. So we should be on the watch out, on the lookout, okay, so that people don't get paid, all right, to sabotage the peaceful protest. Because at the end of the day, what the protest is about will not be achieved if those people comes up to do things like that. All right, and bad governance protest to come up on the 1st of
Sorosuke.
aka Sorosuke, coming up on the 1st of August. Will it hold? Will it not hold? Just keep tab on the channel and you will get to know the next way forward. My name is Ramsey Enoch, and I want to say a very big thank you for staying with us on this channel. We'll come on your way again, same time, same station, and that's going to be tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.